Hello folks, and welcome to another video. I hope this one finds you well. Welcome to another episode of a series that I didn't realise would be a series. A series called Reconnecting with X-Plane. Admittedly, not the most creative title for a series ever, but it does what it says on the tin, folks. It's a series of flights where this old fella will reconnect with X-Plane, specifically X-Plane 12, by flying aeroplanes that he used to fly in X-Plane 11, and maybe flying some new aeroplanes as well. This is one of my favourite X-Plane birds of all time. It is the Embraer Phenom 300 by the good folk at Aerobask. Just jump inside. Yeah, one of my absolute favourites. Love me some bizjets, and this is a quality bit of kit, now available, or has been available in X-Plane 12 for quite some time. I am joined on the flight deck today by the obscured beauty that is Sylvia. Now, we're not going to talk to Sylvia today. Quite frankly, she's not talking to me after spending so much time with Jude in the other sim. So I'm being patient. I feel fortunate that she's agreed to join me today. I don't want to push my luck by having a conversation, but we might hear from Sylvia in a future video. The flight deck of the Phenom, absolutely beautiful. Features the X1000, the X-Plane G1000. Of course, over there in the Microsoft Sim, we have the NXI. This is definitely not NXI'd. I'm going to have to remember how all this stuff works. I do like the flight deck of the Embraers in general. This is a beautiful little aeroplane. Shall I tell you and remind myself where we are and where we're going? Let's do that. Now, flight today takes place in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, way out here. We're going to begin our journey in French Polynesia, beautiful part of the world, isn't it? And specifically Papeete, and even more specifically the airport there, November Tango Alpha Alpha, otherwise known as Faaa. It's probably pronounced differently than what I'm pronouncing it. But I'm Australian, I'm old, I'm lazy. Faaa it is. We're going to depart runway 22 at Faaa and kind of make an early right-hand turnish towards Dauphin, and then kind of skirt the coast of the island of Moorea. And then it's a straight run, pretty much. Across at sort of 38,000 feet for a couple of hours until we hit the Cook Islands, which is down here, beautiful Cook Islands. And we're going to touch down at a little place called Rarotonga. November Charlie Romeo Golf. Yeah, we're around about 2 hours from now. 619 nautical miles worth of flying in which to reacquaint myself with the Aerobask Phenom 300. Let me get us started and out onto a runway. We'll go flying. Alright, we are lined up runway 22. Now I'm going to edit a whole lot of stuff out of this video. There's quite a saga between where we were parked and where we currently are, folks. I'm not going to recount the whole story. I'll just say that there are some days that making a simple flight simulation video becomes incredibly challenging. But we're here. We are resilient if nothing else. We are barring up. We've got 180 knots plugged in. Oh, this thing pops up. Oh, it does. That's right. Aerobask. I mean, it's not realistic. That's right. Aerobask. One of the better X-Plane developers, right? Are they still actively developing stuff, like new stuff? Someone can chime in the comments. I feel like I've been under a rock for a few years. We're barring up. We've got flaps set, flaps 1. Pitch is set at 7.5. I'm guessing that's right. Spoilers closed. Barrows set. 38,000's plugged in. I think we're pretty much right to go. The parking brake can come off. Takeoff config.
Takeoff. Okay.
Takeoff okay, thank you. Engine ignition should be, this one should have been auto. I forgot to switch that back. What do I need to do here? Just basically gun it? I think so. I am aware of that message that's enunciating here, the thing that's untested. I can't remember what that means. I'm going to guess that it's not going to affect our flight Bang, full power, there we go. Up a little bit of an incline here at the start of the takeoff roll. 2-2, look at that acceleration, fantastic. Oh yeah, love it. Righto, rotate round about here, let's go. Oh, she doesn't want to go. Now she does. Gently does it, old mate. Into the bars, positive rate and all that. Away we go, beautiful. Accelerate away. We want a nice early turn towards Dauphin.
High speed.
Yeah, I know. Should have got the flaps up. Back into the climb detent. Is there a climb detent? Can't remember. Where's climb? There it is. And we'll take a right-hand turn towards Dauphin, retrim. Things happen pretty quickly in the little Phenom, don't they? We'll head towards Dauphin. Might have to bug up on that speed, eh? Alright, we'll get Georgie doing some flying, I think. Now, well, speed selection, we're going to go about 250 knots. Just because we can, or 240, something like that. Flight level change. 240 knots, thanks Georgie. Alright, we're going to bust through the 250 limit, almost. Climbing at a leisurely, oh, we'll go more than 4.7, wow. 4,700 feet a minute. Out towards it, we're going to miss Dauphin. Bugger it. Heading sync, we're going to go heading mode for the moment. Just take an external shot because I can. Oh, look at that. The island of Maria. Just scroll around, there's Faaa behind us. Myself. That's what I look like in X-Plane. Oh yeah, ruggedly handsome. There's Sylvie, the beautiful Sylvia. There we go, we are safely away, folks. If I can remember how to do some stuff. No, that's not what I want. Flight plan. What am I doing? This one. I want to go... How do I go direct? Which one is it? Hang on. Not that one. Oh, FMS. This one. Now scroll down here. Mato. I want to go direct Mato. How does that happen? That way? And then enter. And then we go nav hold. That button there and we go nav. What do you reckon? Or GPS mode, yep, okay. So up through 8,000. It's fine. We can scroll out on the range a little bit. This mouse cursor sensitivity is a bit weird. Righto, loading, regenerating. Heading sync. Up through 10, we're doing 240 knots. We probably want to accelerate a little bit, do we? Alright, we'll leave it at 240. We'll continue the climb, get up to 3.8 nice and early. No wind. Right, we're safely away, I think. What's transition altitude out here? I don't know. We'll go 1013 on the Barrow. Where is it? 1013 is there. Up through 11. Landing lights can come off. Everything else is right. Flaps up, gears up. We're in the climb mode. Closed. Yeah, sorry folks. It's been a really long time since I've flown this aircraft. I'll just get the sound down just slightly. There it is. Stock X-Plane scenery, folks. Stock atmospherics. Nothing fancy other than this beautiful beast of an aeroplane, the 7300. So hopefully well, join in the cruise. Maybe have some further musings on X-Plane 12. It won't be a long video, folks. It's just, as I said at the start, opportunity for me to reconnect with the whole X-Plane 12 ecosystem. Alright, settled nicely in the cruise. Flight level 380. Georgie's doing his thing. We've got Sylvia up front. I've left them to it. I've jumped down into the cabin here for a wing view. Reacquaint myself with the various little features that are available. Is this the shade? It is. Look at that. Yeah, very, very nice. There we go. Well, the club seating here in the Phenom. Copy of the New York Times. Does this stuff animate? It does. That's pretty cool. The table animates out. Very nice. Oh, there's a tablet there. Put that away. Does my table animate? does. Do I get a tablet as well? No, I get a coffee. I prefer a coffee just quietly. Or maybe I prefer a beer even more than a coffee. Is any of this stuff open? I don't know. We don't want to go clicking too close to the doors, lest we actually open something. What else happens here? Have we got a dunny at the back? I think we might have. We do. So I'm just going to sort of scoot turtle style, shuffle my way down. Don't mind me, folks. There we go. Push to close. I'm inside. Loo with a view. It's pretty good. Does the soap work? Does the water work? It does. Oh, kind of. Pipes might need a bit of a clean. Any of this stuff open? I can't remember. I'm just having a bit of a play. Does that open? Oh, it does. Oh, Jesus. Hey, someone's had the cleaners through. They're doing a pretty good job there. Hey, very nice. I can get that. A bit of privacy, thanks. Thank you very much. There we go. There's the cabin of the Phenom. Very nice way to travel, isn't it? I'll jump back up front like that. The magic of television, folks. We're doing almost 0.7 Mach. Won't take us long to get there. We've got nil wind today, heading towards Krill. That's basically our top of descent point. These things pop out, of course. Very neat feature, particularly for those of us that struggle with vision. And how many don't struggle with vision? But yeah, it's a nice little feature, and we get them back in. The PFD comes out as well, I think. Yeah, and then yeah, you've got those little shortcuts. If I wanted to dial in quickly another altitude, I can. Yeah, it's all around. It makes the simulation experience even more accessible, usable. I like it. One quick external view in the cruise, folks, before we do our approach segment. Not a long video. I was going to make some further commentary about X-Plane 12, but I don't know that I have too much more to offer. I'm exploring it, reacquainting myself with it. It's different from the Microsoft Sim, but it's not so different to make it any less enjoyable. It's flight simulation for me. There's stuff that's coming back to me pretty easily, pretty quickly, and yeah, I'll definitely be flying more in X-Plane 12 and producing some more content, even though my previous X-Plane 12 video was the most disliked one on the channel. They're possibly, well, who knows what the reason is. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to fly what I want to fly, put the videos up that I want to put up, and people like them, people don't like them. It's no dramas. It's all good, as the kids say. It's all good. Folks, I will see you for an approach into, where did we say we're going? Rarotonga. Alright, concluding stages, folks. The Cook Islands, ahoy. Isn't it a beautiful livery, this one? Really nice livery. I think it's called Sea Eagle. There'll be a link to it in the description if I remember to include it. It's just a beautiful looking aeroplane, isn't it? The Phenom. Beautiful. We are going to get one in the Microsoft Sim eventually. It won't be the Aerobask one, but be done by the same guy that did the that, what's it called, FSR 500, the guy who did the sling. What's his name? Escapes me at the moment. Anyway, we're not in the Microsoft Sim today. We're in X-Plane. We've got 8 miles to run. We're down through 2.5. Going to give Georgie a rest. Thank you. Autopilot is off. So we're going to land on the runway that orientates towards the west. We've got absolutely nil wind, so kind of a straight-in approach makes sense. It's been a longish sort of flight. The aircraft's behaved itself really well. It's the Phenom that I remember. Now X-Plane 12'd. and yeah, behaves itself quite well. Can I remember how to land this thing? That's a whole different story. From memory, I don't think it needs much of a flare. You kind of just fly it on. I think. I could be mistaken. I guess we'll find out. 1500. We'll just kind of reduce that rate of descent for the moment. We'll get into sort of flap 1 range. We've left it a little bit late. We might take gear at this point. We get a slight balloon as we deploy some flap. I think we can take flaps 2 as well. It's having a little bit of trouble now seeing the runway. Just have to artificially add to my height. There we go. We're flying in an oblique final down onto a runway that orientates towards the west. 130 knots now. Back to that view that I liked. All right, we've got flaps 2. We'll take full flap here. Now I think you have to kind of arm these things, don't you? Is that how it works? Now VREF, what's our VREF? Just over 110, is that? I sent it through from the tablet. All stock scenery here too, folks, stock airport. We'll come right back on that juice because we are sort of screaming down final here, 138 knots. Kind of expecting to be slowing down a little bit, much more than what we actually are. This thing is slick. And we're coming in quite hot here. Right back at idle. That speed just not bleeding off at all. 2 whites, 2 reds.
400.
This is not looking particularly stable.
300.
We're going to land anyway, folks, in the tradition of this channel. I'm expecting that speed to start washing off, but it just won't come off. Full flap. Wasn't landing with full flap. Now that speed will come off. Runway, what is this? 26 Rarotonga. Still coming in really hot. I'm going to have to hold it off a little bit. Let that speed bleed off. A bit more. Get on, you bastard. Right, touchdown. Wasn't particularly good, folks. We're still above VREF. Anyway, thanks for your company in another flight, folks. This has been another episode of Reconnecting with X-Plane. Stay well, enjoy your simming, and bye for now. Here's an encore, folks. This is where we ended up. I basically had no brakes whatsoever, so we went flying off the end of the strip. It didn't help that we landed about 30 knots too quick, but this is where my flight actually ended. As I said, an encore.